Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of BeepBox Radio, episode 137, having one of those days. Currently, as it stands, my ear is incredibly clogged, and I cannot hear out of my left ear, like, pretty much at all, so everything sounds a little weird for me today. So, in terms of, listening to music, I can't really give any criticisms on, the songs themselves, because I really can't hear them all that well. But I can at least, give some opinions from what I can hear out of my right ear, which I don't really know how to describe how that would sound. And on top of that, I went to go to the this like dollar store to get eardrops, and it didn't really help. And it took me like 30 minutes to walk there and back, and I think it took me like 10 minutes just to find the eardrops. So I kind of haven't been having a good day so far. But well, I don't think that really matters considering we're just going to be looking at some songs today. The first of which is in fact Death's Angel by sminor. And the description states, I like the phrase Death Angel. It's cute. Quite indeed, I guess. And would you describe a Grim Reaper as a Death's Angel or something like that? I don't know, but I think I know something about that. Anyways, we're going to be listening to this song now, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one. Okay. That was Death Angel. I wouldn't say that was not at all what I was expecting, but pretty good nonetheless. I feel like I feel like the description kind of gave it away that it wasn't going to be anything like heavy or anything like that. Literally says that the phrase "Death Angel" is cute, so I would assume, yeah, it's probably not going to be anything crazy. Anyways, the next song is let me get the title. Vigilante 8 by kurrmailence. I believe that's how you pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I got that word wrong. This description is very, very long, so I'll just go about and reading this. The original song was almost 15 minutes long, so I trimmed it down to about a third of that just for your sake. If you want to listen to the full song, check out my SoundCloud. It's my longest track I've made, and I'm planning on making more like it. As for why it's version 8, well, no, it's not the juice. V8 juice. No, it's I say version when I see the word V. But whatever. Continuing. You dunces. There were literally 8 radically different versions of Vigilante. Version 1 was chiptune, structured more like Order from Ultrakill. Version 2 was more orchestral, but I was using BandLab while I was new at it, so it's the worst version. V3 was a collab between my friend and I, which leaned more into chiptune and also included orchestral elements. V4 was when I started FL, so it's not my best track, down there with V2. V5 was a step up, leaning more into the natural instruments vibe, kind of like Ace Combat OSC, which is my friend's main inspiration for music. V6 was my the one I personally top best version of V1 for my friend. Want to personally okay, no mind, I can't read. V7 had probably the best intro to the song I've ever made, being heavily leaning into the inspiration from Soft, Spike, and Frums. In V8, well, let's just listen to the song and you'll find out. Speaking of which, the description says something about a SoundCloud link. If you look at the description of this YouTube video, you can actually find that link, and you can also find that in the BeepBox Radio general channel in the Discord. So, yeah, if you want to go check that out, then go ahead. We'll be listening to this a shortened version of the song. Anyway, I'm going to mute myself, and we're going to listen to it. Alrighty, that was Vigilante. Um, so that was pretty good. I can't say much for the mixing because my ear is so like not helpful right now. I can't like say anything about that. But I can say that was pretty cool. It does seem like there was a lot of history behind that song. I saw a lot of people were talking about like technical terms from like Ultra Kill and stuff like that. And I will just say I haven't played Ultra Kill myself. The game seems a little too fast paced for my kind of thing. Um, I'm the kind of person that doesn't really care for like games that are super fast paced. I just play games that are more like I control the pace. If that makes sense. Like if I want to go fast, then I have the option to. It's not that I'm being forced into it, you know. And I feel like Ultra Kill is like one of those games where you kind of have to go fast, like, move fast, play fast, have fast reaction times. That's not something I'm particularly, good at managing, so not really something I'm interested in playing. But I've seen people like, praise the game a lot, so I'm sure it's probably really good. People were saying like, oh yeah, like P4, P5, stuff like that. I was thinking, wow, I don't know what these terms mean. P5 means like Persona 5 to me. Anyways, the next song is has a long title. In fact, it is Sonic 3 and Knuckles Flying Battery Zone Act 1+2. Like it's the both acts combined. I might as well just cut this out. So yeah, this song has a description and it says Sonic Hell Yeah. I don't know why I said that. Thing is, with like BBRadio, the previous host like avoided ever saying any bad words, and I just did. So maybe I'm like not doing my job right. I don't know. Anyways, this song, let's listen to it. I like Sonic 3. Someone reminded me. This song was submitted to the submission sheets where you judge and get the color rolls, and I remember that actually. I judged this song on the submission sheet. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't know how I forgot about that. Anyways, if you're a Sonic fan, round of applause, like raise your hand, I guess. I don't know. Round of applause for the song. The song's good. I think out of all the classic Sonic games, Sonic 3 is the one I've played the most, but it wouldn't be my favorite. If anything, my favorite Sonic, like classic Sonic game would be Sonic CD, but that's more just on like the vibes kind of thing, not really like on the gameplay side. I think Sonic 3 has better gameplay, but Sonic CD has like better atmosphere and music, if that makes sense. I just like how it sounds, but more, you know? It's not to say that Sonic 3 is bad. In fact, Sonic 3 is great. It's just like, I would rather listen to Sonic CD's OST over Sonic 3's OST, unless you're giving me something like Hydra City Zone or whatever. It's like, yeah, listen to that instead. It's like, okay. Oh yeah. Anyways, this next, I almost started the song without even saying the name of this one. This is the fourth song called hold on, I got the title. Deep Swell by Soft Fuzzy Man. They put their at and everything, which made it way easier to get their username. The description says, "A prelude to panic. I see 9 colors." Yeah, somewhat interesting. Let's listen. Alrighty, that was Deep Swell by Soft Fuzzy Man. Um, I had something I wanted to say, but I forgot what I wanted to say, and that's unfortunate. Well, let's look at the next song, I suppose. Which would be it's gonna take me a second to figure out how to say this because it's a math equation. It's sine squared multiplied by x, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the technical terms, but that's what I'm reading it as. So it's like a sine wave, but like multiplied into itself, and then it's also multiplied by x too. Oh wait, hold on. I want to show off this thing. You guys probably already seen it because it's been in BeepBox and SWELL for a little while, but there's this little thing here. You can see that I've moved the thing up. You can see this little thing, this bar here. That tells you how many samples are in the song and how many is loaded. So if you've ever had trouble with that, that's a thing that you can like see in the song player now, and it is so useful. Trust me. I like actually used it like as much as I could in this like when starting the stream. It kind of sucks that half these songs are ultrabox actually. Anyways, uh let me lock that channel again, and we're gonna be reading the description that does not exist. Never mind. We'll listen to the song, I guess. This is by Voxeldev again. Yeah. Anyways, I'll mute myself. Okay, that was Sine Power to X. Somebody asked, what kind of radio this is. This is regular BeepBox Radio that we host every week. This is not related to Tournament 7, if you are wondering. This you still have all of today and a little bit of tomorrow to submit your song if you're behind on that. If you're in the tournament, I don't know if you are, but just remember, you got until about like 3 p.m. I don't know exactly the day, like the time, but it's around about like afternoon of it's definitely after noon and of Sunday. So yeah, you got all today and then tomorrow. Ah, okay, that's who you are. So yeah, that was that song. I was thinking of something to say, but then I was saying stuff like that, and I got a little mixed up, and now I don't know what to say. Anyways, this next song is Square One by Whites 2570, and this is actually related to a different song that was submitted last week by the same person. That was called Squared One Squared. And I don't know, like, they were submitted, like, right after each other. So I was like, oh, wait, is this, like, like a different version? Or what? I don't know. What did I say? What? What did I say wrong? Is it right? What? Anyways, the description says, here's a short little tune that I ended up extending in a unique way. So now, so that I now consider these two separate pieces. Okay, that's why it's that. Yeah, I said it. I said the numbers right. 2570. Anyways, I could be evil and just say 2,570, but well, I mean I just did, so I guess I'm evil now. Anyways, let's listen to this song. That was incredibly short, actually. I didn't even have to mute my mic. Well, I mean, I did, but I didn't. I wouldn't have needed to because it was just that short. Well, uh, wasn't the last like the song before like on the last stream, Squared One Square, was like longer than that? I don't know. Anyways, this next song is number 7, Saturday Suburbs by two different people, Jupiter.osc and a 183 Tune Crusher, which is just called Tune in the Discord server. We're gonna be listening to this song. Let me turn off looping. Was there a description? There's a description. It says, when it's a Saturday afternoon in the suburbs, I think. I don't live in the suburbs. I live in like a regular good old town that's just kind of sucks, if anything. Like, okay, little rant. I wanted to get some like ear cleaning, like an ear cleaning kit to like get rid of the earwax that's built up in my left ear. And the only place that would have actually sold that being a CVS, shut down like a few months ago. So it's just not there anymore, and now there's no other options other than like the hospital or like Dollar General, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of sucks. This town sucks. I don't want to live in this town anymore. Um, but I don't think the suburbs are much better because all it is just houses. But we'll listen to this anyway. So yeah, let's get listening. Okay, that was Saturday Suburbs. I could see people in chat talking about getting this on what's it called? Spotify. And I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, an easy option for that would probably be to just like, I don't know, go through like DistroKid, but DistroKid apparently is just not that good or something like that. A friend of mine had this song that they made. Little known artist. They're named Vivian, and they made this song little, indie song called "Credit Song for My Death," and somebody made a cover of that song. That's like they just like whacked like a like I don't know that like something off of like onto a guitar and pretended like it was a cover, and then they like got the original song taken down off of like their streaming like off of every streaming platform that DistroKid distributed it to. I don't, and it was like not a good situation. So yeah, DistroKid, not exactly the best way to go about it. I would suggest if you want to like get your music submit, like if you want to get your music on Spotify, you need a publisher or something along those lines. And if you want like a good one, do not do DistroKid. Just don't do it. Don't like literally. If you want a publisher that's actually good, do not like look into the free ones because there's probably some type of catch. That's I don't know if that's just my like lack of trust like talking, but like just look for something else. Look for something better. You could like get it onto Apple Music or even like YouTube Music, but you could just upload a YouTube video that is has the category of music, and you can find it on YouTube Music. You can find my own videos if you look up Chopped Up Before on YouTube Music. Those are my songs. You can find them on there, and that's just it works. Somebody's pinging messaging, and like the channel. Okay, whatever. Anyways, the next song is Harmonic Voltage by Dragon Coder, and the original song was by Wayne Lytle. This is the third time in a row by this person that they've submitted a Wayne Lytle cover. So let's read the description. The tiny URL link I submitted to the forum is a shortened version that cuts some of the repeats to get the link down to 454. The original version, linked in finished beeps message, is 601. Don't play that one. Well, I won't be playing that one. I don't get the links from finished beeps. I get the links from the ones you submit. So yeah, I can get the finished beeps link. I usually don't because on Discord I don't have Nitro, so I have a character limit, and a lot of people tend to just put a ton of social links, which tends to kind of make it so that the text is like several hundred characters long, and I don't exactly have the room for that. So yeah, that's why I don't get the finished beeps link. But if you want to look, just go to the thing and look for it, I guess. I could probably add a section that just provides the finished beeps link, but that's not important right now. Let's just listen to the song. Okay, I was typing a message in chat, but it'd be easier if I just said it out loud. Somebody asked if you can resubmit a song. If it's not currently on the list of songs that I'm going to be reviewing today, then yes. If you if you submit a song and tell me about it, like you make a song, you submit it, and then you resubmit the song, like a new version of the song. You can tell me about it in like DMs or message me in the what's it called, the BBRadio general channel, and you can tell me, oh hey, I resubmitted this. Can you remove the original? And I can do that. Like, but if you submit a song and it's already on the list, I'm not changing it and I'm not removing it from the list. That's too much of a too much issue. Like that's a lot of effort I have to put in just to be able to remove your song and replace it with a different version. So we're gonna be not. I'm not gonna be like all like live switching at the list. That's not something I'll be doing. Anyways, the next song is Cecil by sminor, who is actually in the chat now, unlike before. The description says, "Hi, Chop Top. Hope you're having a great day. This song is unfinished, but I like some of the instruments I've designed, specifically the main keys." Hold on. I gotta put this. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. Look at after the title. Look at that. They put an accented R, and I don't know why, but I don't know how to pronounce that specific accented R. I tried looking it up. I tried actually looking up how to pronounce that. There was like text descriptions, but there was no actual like video. I couldn't find any like direct videos explaining how to pronounce that exact letter. I was like, what? Like, is there no like way to just do that? Like, I don't understand. Like, I guess it kind of sucks being an American because you don't ever actually learn any of these other accented letters unless you like decide to learn a different like language. Anyways, let's listen to this song. Right, that was that song. Let's just check to make sure. Nope, there's nothing at the end. Why is there just a giant gap at the end? I don't understand. The silence is a powerful force. Yeah, uh, that was pretty good. Um, the next song is let me get the title. It's right here. Thanks for Shopping by ampixxy. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I'm just gonna pretend like I did it right. Yeah, this song. Let's check it out. There's no description, so yeah, let's listen. That was Thanks for Shopping. Uh, so yeah, that was a good song. Unrelated to that, my headset is falling apart right now. Like, my right earphone is hanging on by the cord that's connecting the actual like earphone to my head, like to my like the audio, like the actual like cable. That's it. Uh, Outside of that, it's just kind of hanging in there, and I don't, I can't really fix it. And I also don't have the money to buy a better one at the moment. I want to get money, but I'm kind of broke, and I don't feel like setting up like any form of internet payment thing. I mean, I make money through like mod rent, but I don't make money through like anything else. I kind of do need a job, don't I? Well, I got this to deal with, so I can't exactly get a job because they're gonna be like, well, why can't you work on Saturdays? It's like, well, I gotta do this. This is my other job, and they're like, no, you're not taking time out of your day on Saturday specifically to just like, you know, do whatever, Anyways, this next song is When You Eat Mold on Accident by Skullblaze. This submission has nothing to it. It's just the name, the person, and the link. There's no description, there's no social links, it's just kind of there. Anyways, let's listen to the song. Okay, well, that was that, I guess. Uh, Let me get the description. Not description. The title of the next song. That would be, uh, "The Remnants Before" by Sopic. Soap. Anyways, there's something it's kind of scary by saying a soap song because their songs tend to be like 10 minutes long. Okay, hold on. Funny story. I think this was back around like tournament 6. I was making a joke like, oh yeah, you should listen to this album by the band Phantomos. That's called, I actually don't remember what it's called, but it's like a like 2 hour long song. It's an entire, like the entire album is a single song that's 2 hours long. And they were like, yeah, bet. And they listened to the entire thing and they were like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I think Soap happens to like long music. So yeah. Let's listen to the song. All right, that was the Remnants Before. I forgot to read the description. It just says prelude. I thought at first that this was Soap's submission for round one of Tournament 7, but that song was called The City Looking Back on Itself, I think. I checked. I might have misread the name. Let me check again. Not beepbox.co, beepcomp.co. Oh my god. Hold on. Mute the tab. Okay, let's see. Results for round one. Soap. Yep. Soap City Looking Back at Itself featuring Birds. That's their round one submission. That was not this. Rain Master. We were just listening to a song that had rain sound effects, so that's kind of funny. Anyways, this next song is called, yeah, this is the song I'm thinking of. The title of the beep has a different thing, so I was like, oh, is this the right thing? It is. This song is called That's Why They Call It Sunday by Chillshantie. How did I mess up saying that? Anyways, the description states, I pretty much gave up writing a proper ending to this one, not gonna lie. Sub emoji. But I'm happy. Happy summer, everyone. Stay hydrated. Yeah, I like summer. I just was walking in the heat, and it was not fun. But that's not relevant. Also, currently wearing my summer outfit on the stream once, I believe probably going to be around about September to September, October, around about there. I'm going to be switching out to my fall outfit on stream. So yeah, you got about a month more of me wearing this current, like the blue shirt, until I go back to the red hoodie. Yeah, let's listen to the song. I gotta mute myself. Alrighty, that's why they call it Sunday. Um, so here's a thing that just happened. I was like listening to this song, and then all of a sudden I heard a pop noise in my left ear, and now I can hear my left ear again. I don't know why, but it's like loud. Things are louder in my ear now, so I can hear a little bit. Not like amazingly, but I can hear. um, so yeah. Outside of that, I was also thinking to myself while I was listening to the song. We have enough songs for next week. But the week after that, we got like 4 songs on the queue, so I hope we have enough songs by like within the next 2 weeks to be able to have like another stream. Because if we don't have enough songs, I'm just gonna like not stream on that day, and I'm just gonna do something else. So yeah, if you got songs to submit, go ahead and do that, because that would be fun, and I want to have more stuff to do on Saturdays. Speaking of which, things to do on Saturday, listen to this next song. That would be a song with a title that is so long it's going to break the layout, I can already tell. Wow. That okay, give me a second. Let's properties, we're going to move the that down, and we're gonna, yeah, that works. There we go. The song's called Stargazer's Ballad by Jupiter.osc, A138 Tune Crusher, and literally Luigi IRL. They, like, within the first 10 minutes of the stream starting, I was pinged by this exact person, like, about their song being in the stream. So if you wanna, if you're in the chat, then say hi, I guess. We're gonna be listening to this song now. Wait, there's a description, is there? It says, the description states, it kind of sounds like a Megalovania theme song, not gonna lie. Man, Megalo strikes back! Megalodon, sharks. Yeah, we're gonna be changing the topic of this, discussion right now to sharks. What's about sharks? They're cool. We're gonna be listening to the song, though, because that doesn't, I don't know. Ah! Alrighty, that was Stargazer's Ballad. Um, that was actually pretty good. I'm not usually the biggest fan of like megalos because a lot of them tend to be just kind of like the same thing, you know. A lot of them are just like trying to replicate the sound of Megalovania, which I mean we already got Megalovania, so we don't really need that. But this one did its own thing, and it also referenced City Escape, so that's kind of neat. Unrelated to that, uh, I had something. Oh yeah, I got a few things I want to say. This is unrelated thing number one. I think I got ADHD, and I kind of have like trouble, like like having a coherent conversation because I speak so fast that my thoughts cannot keep up on what I'm trying to say. So whenever I stutter or stuff like that, it's just like, what do I say next? What do I say next? What do I say next? How do I do this? Help me. That's why it's like, it sounds like I'm struggling when I'm talking. The other thing, the second thing that that's unrelated, I did not have very good sleep last night. I was I like the other day. I tried to go to bed, but it was like 7 a.m. and I got like 2 hours of sleep, and then I got woken up, and then I kind of had to suffer through that day, and then last night I went to bed at like midnight because I was so tired, and my sister, she came up to me and intentionally woke me up, was like, "Hey, why are you asleep? Wake up!" And it's like, come on, I'm so tired. And then from then on, from the moment she woke me up to now, I've been awake. It's so bad. Okay, my entire body is just very tired. I laid there, my eyes were closed. I'm just so sleepy right now. And I like every time it's just playing a song, I feel like I'm about to pass out. So if like it doesn't seem like I have very much like energy, it's because I don't. Anyways, this next song, I need to go to the properties to fix this. It's called Summit by toastermatt. We're gonna be listening to the song. The description states, this song is under CC BY -SA 3.0, which effectively means it's Creative Commons attribute share alike. So yeah, this is a Creative Commons song. Apparently, you just need to attribute the original artist and have whatever you're using the song in be under the same license. Unfortunately, I don't think BBRadio has a specific license because it's not a product. But yeah, it's kind of neat. We'll be listening to this song. Yeah, this is also in just vanilla BeepBox, by the way. It's kind of hard to tell because ultrabox, BeepBox, same theme. But yeah, this is definitely a wait. No, the color's the same. I just have the BeepBox theme set for ultrabox. Yeah, this song, we're gonna be listening to this now. was the last song of the stream. But even though the stream's over, I still have a few things I want to talk about. So first off, I noticed a lot of people were saying, "Oh yeah, that's relatable," to when I was saying that I have trouble speaking because of like the fact that I probably have ADHD, and it's like I was thinking to myself, "Oh yeah, it'd be kind of funny to make a joke about like, oh yeah, everybody in the BeepBox Discord gets like goes to get diagnosed, and all of them either have ADHD, autism, or both. There is no not having it in this community." But then I was like, I don't know. But I said it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The other thing I wanted to say was people were talking about different time signatures and beatbox songs and how we should collect songs that are in odd time signatures. I have a thing to add on to that. That being, hold on, I have to get this song. Where are you? Right. No, wait. Where did I put it? Oh yeah, it's down here. I don't know if you guys can see my like folders of like bookmarks, but here's a song I made. It's a waltz that's in 7/8 instead of 6/4 or whatever. Normally, oh, wrong button. I forgot I switched this. It would look like this. That would be a normal waltz, but because I am so quirky and not normal, my waltz ended up sounding like this. Even if it has the extra 2 notes at the end, it still feels like a waltz, even though it's in 7/8. And it's just, like, really interesting, kind of. This song's just kind of weird, I made. Literally all it is just, a, like, ridiculous amount of, like, patterns for the, melody, and then it's just the same, waltz, like the same, chords over and over again, so it's just... I'm not going to be showing the full thing because it's not a song that I submitted to the radio, but, yeah, it's just kind of neat to show off some, songs that are in odd time signatures. My round 2 submission for, the tournament, I was also going to make that song a, 7/8, like, in 7/8, but my teammate was like, we're not doing that, and they put it in 8/8 instead, which is kind of funny. But yeah. What else is there? I also there was a song that Serial Walk Along made a while ago, that I made a remix, like I kind of finished because it was just like an unfinished thing that they did. That was in a 7/8. But yeah, I feel like that's enough randomly talking. My ear is still like not unclogged, but kind of feels like it's like moving a bit. So yeah, I guess me talking a lot probably made it so that it moves a bit more. Like unclogs itself a little bit. But yeah, that is the end of the stream. That was all 15 songs. It's been an hour and 23 minutes exact as I was saying that. Oh my god. And yeah, we're gonna be finishing up this stream. I don't really know what to do at the end. v.a.v.s showed up right at the end. Wow, you missed your song by, hold on, how far was your song back? It was, like, the 3rd song, and we're, like, almost an hour and a half into this. Yeah, anyways, if you want to go back, I don't know how far back that is, actually. We're gonna be, like, finishing up this stream, like, right now. I'm gonna press the button. Yeah, goodbye!